What's going on, YouTube? I am back with another video. In this one, we are going to be taking a look at some submissions that I am sending out to PSA. On the left-hand side over here, we have a value plus submission. So I've been showing these the last couple weeks because, again, they are a little bit smaller than the value bulk submissions, which are coming in at $20. I've been getting anywhere from like 75 up to like 150 cards per week at value bulk, so it's a little bit more time consuming, a little bit harder to show those. Value plus is typically cards that are a little bit on the higher end. People might have a little bit more interest in seeing those, and those are usually around like 20 per week. So we're going to show a value plus submission, and then we do actually have a rare regular submission over here on the right hand side, because I did recently change that probably, I don't know, a month or two ago, where if you're gonna send in cards at regular, I have to have a 5 card minimum, because if I get any less than that, it's just not worth it after shipping to and from PSA. Honestly, it's barely worth it with 5 cards. So there is a 5 card minimum for regular, which is $75 per card. So if you want to send cards through me to PSA, it's going to be a minimum of $375 if you do want to send at regular. So pretty steep. This is actually the first regular submission I've gotten since I introduced that. But again, unfortunately for me, if I send like 1 or 2, it's just not worth it after shipping. So we're gonna get into these 2 submissions here in a minute. I do not have any of my personal cards in here. I'm kind of saving up some of my cards for a bigger bulk submission, hopefully coming up in the next few weeks. I do want to send in probably anywhere from like 40, 50, 60 cards to PSA to hopefully get them back sometime this summer before the National, because I've been mentioning, as you guys probably know, I want to do a big fire pack series around the time of the National. So I want to send in a big PSA submission to gear up for that. So kind of holding mine over for a big personal bulk submission. So stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and get into this one. We're going to start, actually, I guess we'll start with the smaller stack, the stack on the right. So I don't know, the person that sent these in is a local, but I don't know them. I don't know why they're sending at regular, other than, I'm assuming they just want them back pretty fast. Now this one is a pretty big card. The submission is kind of all over the place, as well as the value plus. Actually, there's a solid mix of like lower end and higher end. So kind of all over the place on these, but we'll just go ahead and hop right in. We have a Diego Maradona Mosaic Auto, one of the all-time legends in soccer, and this one is actually the orange fluorescent, which is numbered to 25. So really nice one here, starting off with a big card, as well as the next one, Kylian Mbappe pink fluorescent. So this one is actually numbered to 10. So a couple really big ones to start, and then we move to a Ken Griffey Jr., the star rookie. So nothing too crazy there, definitely graded a lot of those. So again, submissions definitely a mix. And then next up we have a Kenny Pickett Crunch Time out of Donruss, and then we're going to end with a Pokemon card. We do have a Rayquaza VMAX, which I don't know the value on this, but in order to enter it in the PSA system, I did look up, look at a label for an example on eBay, and there was one with like 6 days left that's well over $100. So I'm assuming this is a pretty big card. Don't really know too much about it, but seemed like it's probably pretty decent. So that does it for the regular submission, and now let's go ahead and get into the value plus submission. This submission actually consists of 3 more locals to the area. So shout out to the locals, definitely appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get into this one. So we're starting off with a Jason Tatum Prism base rookie, and I know this person who sent in like the first 15 or so actually ripped a 17-18 Prism retail box and hit a bunch of the cards that you're gonna see coming up out of one Prism retail box, which is pretty insane. Not sure if the Tatum came from there, but a few of the ones that are coming up did. Then we have a Christian Pulisic select rookie card. I believe that's a rookie, I think from 2016. Not 100% sure there. But then next up we have another Jason Tatum. This is going to be an optic base. And then we have a Joe Burrow Prism base. So again, submissions a little bit all over the place. There's definitely some bigger ones coming up. So stay tuned. Joe Burrow optic base. And then we have another Joe Burrow. This one's going to be the Prism variation, the negative. And then next up, we have a T. Higgins. This one is an optic rookie auto. So the Rookie Kings going to be numbered out of 49. So this is where I believe the 17-18 Prism retail box starts. You know, what the cards that he pulled out of that box. So starting with a De'Aaron Fox silver auto, which perfect timing on that. Fox is playing really, really well. I know the Kings are, I believe they're in like second place in the West. And then a Donovan Mitchell Prism silver. So already those two cards, just an insane Prism retail box. But how about a Devin Booker pink Pulsar numbered to 42? He was showing me these cards and I was just in shock that these came out of one box. And then a Donovan Mitchell Prism base rookie. Again, I'm not sure if the Tatum also came from here, but I know the last four cards I just showed all came from one retail box, which is gotta be like the best retail box of all time. And then next up, Jalen Green Prism Fast Break Auto. And that one looks really, really nice. So next up, Tyrese Halliburton. So getting a little bit to the higher end here. This one's definitely a nice one. Tyrese Halliburton Contenders Optic Red Auto. There's a look at the back. Red's going to be numbered to 149. And then a couple of Steph Curry's. We have a couple out of Prism Fast Break. We got the blue and the red. So blue is going to be numbered to 150. Red numbered to 100. And that's really weird. I just noticed the numbering is like way off on both the cards. So that's something interesting. I actually don't know if, I would assume PSA doesn't count off if the numbering is like off center, but that's something that I actually do not know. So that's very interesting. You can see numbering is supposed to be like in the middle of the box there. It's at the top over here and then the bottom on this one. So kind of interesting there. I'm not too sure on that. But next up we have a Jalen Green Prism Fast Break Variation. Nice one there. And then a KD. This one I believe was a redemption that came from Panini. I actually broke it out of the One Touch with the Panini seal. So KD on-card optic auto. Very nice KD auto there. And now moving on to some baseball. We have a Bobby Witt Bowman's Best Green auto on card. That one's going to be numbered to 99. And then we have an Atomic Refractor of Jordan Lawler. Another on-card auto, and that one is actually numbered to 25. So super short print there. And then a couple more Bowman's Best cards. We're going to finish with a Jeremy Pena Atomic Refractor non-auto. And then finally, last card of the Value Plus Submission, Bobby Witt Jr. So that is going to do it for this one. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. As always, if you guys have any interest in sending to PSA through me, definitely check out my website, 502frank.com. I've been pumping out these, submission preview videos pretty much on a weekly basis now. That's pretty much, how often I send to PSA. I tell people, I don't have any due dates, even though people ask me every single day, when's the next time I'm sending to PSA? I do not have due dates for PSA. I send to them on a weekly basis. I do have due dates for SGC, so that's a little bit different. But again, all the information you could possibly need is on my website, 502frank.com, under the PSA info tab. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this one, and I'll see you soon.